Oh, you thought Chrisean Rock was finally chilling? You thought peace had entered the group chat? Think again. Because the internet just witnessed the meltdown of the month, and it all started with a Mickey Mouse-shaped pretzel and one man named Hood Trophy Bino. Yep. Bino decided to take his baby mama Bree and their kid on a cute little family trip to Disney World, the happiest place on Earth. But the moment those smiling photos hit social media, it turned into the pettiest place on the planet. Chrisean saw those pictures and reportedly lost her mind faster than a roller coaster drop at Space Mountain. We're talking post-deleted. Cryptic lives and a string of rants that made fans say, "Girl, is this Disney or Doomsday?" The internet exploded like someone leaked a Kardashian group chat. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion, Bree looking unbothered and matching Mickey ears, Bino grinning like he's in a family commercial, and Chrisean going nuclear on Instagram. Like it's Judgment Day for toxic exes. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. This innocent family trip might not be so innocent after all. Because behind those smiles, lies, jealousy, and a PR stunt that could make the Zeus network beg for the footage. Buckle up, this ride's about to get wild. Let's rewind this chaos carousel to where it all started. Because this drama didn't just pop out of thin air. It's been brewing quietly, bubbling like a pot of toxic tea waiting to boil over. Hood Trophy Bino, the smooth-talking rapper with a baby mama named Bree and a complicated past with Chrisean Rock, apparently thought it would be a brilliant idea to take Bree and their child to Disney World for a wholesome family trip. Cute, right? Until you remember this man's life is basically a love triangle with GPS coordinates set to messy. So there they were, Mickey Mouse ears, cotton candy smiles, Bino pushing strollers like a suburban dad on sabbatical, and the internet loved it. Photos started floating across social media, Bino holding Bree's hand in front of Cinderella's castle, their kid laughing on Main Street, USA, and a caption that read, "Family first." Always innocent words to most people, but to Chrisean Rock, those 3 words were fighting words within minutes of those photos going viral. Chrisean was seen online typing like her keyboard owed her money. First came the set tweets, cryptic lines like, "Everybody fake happy until the camera off, and Disney can't hide what's dead inside." Then came the lives, unfiltered, raw, and dripping in emotion. She started pacing around, talking to her followers like she was filming a confessional for the world's messiest reality show. "They keep trying to play with me like I'm blind," she said. "You can take pictures, you can post smiles, but y'all know what's really going on behind them filters." Cue the internet losing its collective mind. Comment sections lit up like fireworks. Fans were tagging Bino and Bree under every post with comments like, "She saw it, y'all. She saw it, and this about to be Zeus-level chaos." But here's where it gets spicy, because according to insiders, this wasn't some random trip. Word on the street is that Bino and Bree planned this Disney vacation right after Chrisean told him she wanted to talk things out. The timing? Suspicious. The captions? Even more suspicious. And the matching outfits? Downright disrespectful, according to Chrisean's fanbase. One fan tweeted, "Bree knew exactly what she was doing with that family photo. She wanted that reaction." Another added, "This ain't no vacation. This is revenge tourism." Now, let's not act like Chrisean Rock is new to drama. She's made a career out of turning chaos into content. But this time, it hit different. Because behind all the noise, there's still a woman who clearly hasn't moved on from her connection with Bino, and seeing him play family man in public? That's like watching your ex throw a Valentine's Day party with the person he told you was just a friend. Insiders say Chrisean's reaction went from anger to heartbreak in seconds. One close source allegedly told a blog she was crying 1 minute, then yelling the next. She kept saying, "He knows what that means to me, why would he do that?" And honestly, that's the kind of emotional roller coaster even Disney couldn't build. Meanwhile, Bino and Bree were out there smiling, eating churros, and posting reels set to happy pop music. But people online started noticing something. The captions felt too perfect. Like pure perfect. As if someone wanted to make sure this family trip got maximum visibility. Coincidence? Please. Nothing's ever a coincidence when it comes to celebrity relationships. Rumors started flying that this entire trip might have been a calculated move. Some say Bree wanted to reclaim her image after months of being dragged by Chrisean's fanbase. Others say Bino was trying to clean up his reputation by showing he's a present father, you know, the classic redemption arc move. But the timing was too messy, the optics too convenient, and the reactions too predictable. Within 24 hours, TikTok detectives had built full timelines. Edits flooded For You pages, split screens of Chrisean crying on live while Bree and Bino were waving at Goofy. One viral post read, "Two realities, one drama." Another stitched Chrisean's meltdown with Bino's Disneyland parade clip. Captioned, "The happiest place on earth meets the maddest girl online." And oh, the memes. Twitter users were ruthless. One photo of Chrisean mid-rant got captioned, "Meanwhile at Disney World," above a picture of Bino holding a turkey leg. Another said, "Bree posting Mickey ears while Chrisean plotting revenge like it's Love and Hip Hop, Orlando." But this wasn't just internet entertainment. Behind the trending hashtags and viral edits, the situation was spiraling. Because what started as jealousy quickly turned into something darker: exposure. A blogger from T-Trap Daily dropped an exclusive saying that Chrisean was ready to spill everything she knows about Bino's private life. Allegedly, she had screenshots, voice notes, even videos from when they were together, and she was threatening to leak them if he kept playing family online. The receipts were said to be nuclear. And if there's one thing everyone knows about Chrisean Rock, it's that she doesn't bluff. She doesn't throw shade. She throws entire THUNDERCLOUDS. So now you've got Bree smiling in front of castles, Bino trying to act unbothered, and Chrisean pacing around like she's about to drop a diss track. The energy? Volcanic. The tension? Chef's kiss levels of drama. By the time day 2 of the trip hit, it was clear that the internet had picked sides. Team Bree was posting family emojis and co-parenting goals captions. Team Chrisean was flooding comment sections with "She built that man," and he only smiling cause she made him relevant. The arguments were so heated, they made Nicki versus Cardi look like a pillow fight, and right when it seemed like things couldn't get any messier, they did. Because the next post Bino made wasn't just another family picture. Oh no. It was a video, a perfectly edited montage of the trip, rides, smiles, laughter, fireworks set to the song Family Ties. The caption? "Unbothered energy only." The internet COMBUSTED.Chrisean went live again, this time with her voice shaking but her tone sharp as ever. "He unbothered? Nah, he guilty. You don't gotta pretend you happy when you happy. You only post that much when you trying to prove something." And just like that, the Disney trip of the year turned into the drama of the decade. Because if there's one thing the internet loves more than love, it's watching love crash and burn in real time. The story was no longer just about jealousy. It was about betrayal, revenge, and the art of public perception. And the next phase of this saga? Oh, it was about to get nastier than a Twitter comment section at midnight. By day 3, Disney World wasn't the happiest place on earth anymore. It had become a war zone disguised with fairy dust. Hoot Trophy Bino and Bree were still strolling through the park like nothing was wrong, but the internet had turned their vacation into a full-blown reality show. Every ride, every photo, every smile was being dissected frame by TikTok. Detectives who could give the FBI a run for their money. Someone posted a clip of Bree giggling on Space Mountain, and the caption said, "She laughing way too hard for a woman who swore she was over the drama." Another user stitched that same video with Chrisean's tearful live and wrote, "Meanwhile, back in Baltimore." That clip alone got 2.3 million views in 6 hours. But then, because the story never stops evolving, the plot twisted like a pretzel. Out of nowhere, a rumor dropped that Bino and Bree didn't even pay for the trip. According to a supposed insider, it was part of a brand partnership with a luxury travel company that wanted to rebrand Bino as a positive, family-oriented artist. Translation: the whole trip might have been a publicity stunt. Let that sink in. Chrisean was out here losing sleep over what might have been a sponsored vacation. Fans immediately started calling it the Disney deception. One viral tweet said, "This ain't family love, it's family PR. Mickey Mouse probably cut the check." Another wrote, "They using Disney for damage control while Chrisean using Instagram for therapy." And you'd think Bino would just let it blow over. But nope, our guy decided to double down. He posted another carousel of pictures, Bree holding their child, Bino flashing his chains, captioned, Can't fake real love. Oh, the irony. That post detonated like fireworks over Magic Kingdom. Comments poured in instantly, real love but fake timing. She's your baby mama, not your storyline. Chrisean typing in 3, 2, 1, and sure enough she was. Chrisean hopped on Love Again, visibly furious but trying to keep her voice steady. Don't gaslight me with your little family fairy tale, she said. You wasn't talking about love when you was in my DMs last month crying about how she don't get you. Boom, the internet froze. That sentence alone sent the story into nuclear territory. Because if what Chrisean said was true, Bino was out here playing both sides like it was a soap opera finale. Within minutes, blogs had screenshots, headlines, and hashtags ready. Hashtag DM drama, hashtag BINO exposed. Hashtag the real Disney villain. Bree, of course, tried to play unbothered. She went on her Instagram story with a calm tone and a smirk that could cut glass, saying, "It's always the ones who couldn't keep him that got the most to say." Translation: war officially declared. Now here's where the internet went feral. Fans started comparing this love triangle to everything from love and hip-hop to keeping up with the Kardashians. One user wrote, "This is Zeus Network meets Disney Channel, I'm stressed and entertained." Another added, "If they sell this as a pay-per-view, I'm watching." And let's not forget, celebrity circles were watching too. Everyone from Blueface to Sukihana had opinions. Blueface, of course, being Chrisean's infamous on-again, off-again ex, posted a cryptic tweet saying, "Told y'all she emotional. She need to learn the game." That tweet was like throwing gasoline on a campfire. Fans instantly dragged him, saying, "Not you chiming in like you didn't start half her trauma." Meanwhile, Sukihana went live defending Chrisean, saying, "Y'all keep clowning her. But she just reacting like any woman would if she got played publicly. Don't gaslight her cause she loud, at least she honest." So now the drama wasn't just trending, it was polarizing. The internet had formed battle lines. Team Bino and Bree versus Team Chrisean in chaos. People were switching alliances faster than NBA trades. And then, as if the saga wasn't wild enough, a fan, yes. A literal theme park guest claimed to have seen Chrisean in Orlando. The witness posted on TikTok, "I swear I saw her walking around Epcot looking mad as hell." Nobody knew if it was true, but the idea alone was enough to set social media ablaze. Comments flooded in like, "She came to Disney to spin the block?" And "This about to be the first fistfight ever in front of Cinderella's castle." While that rumor spread, Bree kept feeding the fire with subtle shade. She posted a boomerang with the caption, "When they mad you living your best life," set to Beyoncé's Irreplaceable. You could practically hear the internet collectively scream, "Oh, she's bold, bold." Meanwhile, T-Pages started pulling receipts. Remember those DMs Chrisean mentioned? Allegedly, someone leaked screenshots showing Bino messaging her just weeks before the trip. The messages were blurry but damning. "Bino, you know I still care. We just complicated." "Chrisean, then why you acting like you happy?" Whether those texts were real or not didn't matter. The internet believed them. Suddenly, the narrative flipped. Bino wasn't the cool, collected family man anymore. He was the player who tried to have it all and got caught in 4K. And here's where it got downright Shakespearean. Because Bree's next move shocked everyone, she posted a quote on her story that said, "He don't belong to me or her, he belongs to the streets." The caption underneath? "I'm done playing dumb." That single post sent shockwaves. Was she leaving him? Was she calling him out? Was this revenge or revelation? Fans couldn't tell. But it was clear the family trip had officially crashed and burned. Bino stayed silent at first, then finally broke his silence with a tweet that read, "Social media can't break what's already solid." And just like that, the memes exploded again. One user wrote, "Solid? Bro, your relationship dissolving faster than cotton candy in rain." Another said, "You mean social media can't break what's already fake?" Every word out of his mouth became meme material. Every move Bree made became a think piece. Every tear Chrisean cried became viral fuel. But behind all the viral clips and messy posts, something real was brewing. Public fatigue. People were starting to realize they were watching emotional warfare unfold in real time. Some fans begged them all to log off, while others said, "Nah, keep it going, this is better than TV." Still, for Bino, the optics were getting ugly. Sponsors that once lined up to work with him started reconsidering future collaborations. Bree followed him on Instagram, which in celebrity math is basically filing for divorce. And Chrisean? She suddenly went quiet. No lives, no tweets, no cryptic captions. Just silence, and that's when everyone got nervous. Because if you know Chrisean, you know silence is never peace, it's prelude. The calm before the storm. The moment before the next explosion, sure enough, screenshots started circulating of her calling her hairstylist, makeup artist, and videographer. Fans began speculating that she was about to drop something. A song? A video? A tell-all? Nobody knew. But one thing was clear, the story wasn't over. The Disney drama had turned into a full-blown three-way feud with receipts, betrayals, and enough chaos to make even Zeus Network producers jealous. And the worst part? None of them seemed ready to let it go, because if this saga taught the internet anything, it's that love triangles don't end in forgiveness. They end in flames. And as fans braced for the next chapter, one question echoed across every timeline. If this was the family trip, what's the reunion going to look like? By week 2, the Disney drama had evolved from a messy internet feud into a full-blown cultural event. What was supposed to be a family trip had now spawned podcasts, debates, remixes, and 3 million conspiracy threads. The story had layers, betrayal, jealousy, PR stunts, and emotional chaos, the kind of perfect storm that only Chrisean Rock could turn into a saga. It all started to feel less like real life and more like a crossover episode between love and hip-hop and surviving social media, because by now, everyone had a theory, and no one could look away. The day after that mysterious studio clip leaked, the internet entered detective mode. Fans slowed the video down, filtered the audio, and confirmed what most already suspected: it was Chrisean's voice. That's her ad-libs, no question, one music blog posted. She got that raspy tone nobody can fake. And just like that, the new rumor hit. Chrisean and Bino are secretly back in contact. The reaction? Utter madness. One fan tweeted, "She cried on live for 2 weeks just to end up back in the booth with him." Another said, "This is not heartbreak, this is content." TikTok went viral, creators reenacting scenes, captioning videos when you swear you're done but the studio says otherwise. And here's where the universe decided to up the chaos. Because right when everyone was roasting Chrisean for possibly going back, Bree posted another bombshell photo. This time it wasn't Disney, it was her and Bino in Miami. Beach chairs, sunglasses, and a caption that read, "Peace hits different when you choose it." Boom, explosion. The internet flipped on its axis. She didn't just choose peace. She chose pettiness, one tweet read. Another said, "At this point, Bree writing the villain arc of the century." It didn't help that the picture looked suspiciously like a direct shot at Chrisean relaxed, happy and completely unbothered. And just when you thought Chrisean might let it slide, she did single quotes T. She went live again. But this time there were no tears, no yelling, just cold, controlled chaos. She looked right into the camera and said, "You can take 1,000 pictures, but it still won't make you as peace. 'Cause peace don't gotta prove itself every weekend." Boom, mic drop. The internet crowned her the comeback queen. Clips of that quote flooded every feed. It was edited into aesthetic montages, motivational TikToks, and shady memes. "You can take 1,000 pictures" became the breakup quote of the year. People used it under captions, songs, and even merch. Suddenly, the same internet that dragged her was worshipping her again. But it didn't stop there. A few days later, a blogger known for spilling celebrity tea, Hollywood Hookah, dropped a voice note allegedly between Bree and one of her friends. Bree supposedly said, "Of course I knew she'd react. That's why we went public with the trip." The internet gasped. If true, it confirmed everyone's suspicion. The Disney trip was not just a family getaway. It was a revenge mission. Within hours, #DisneyDeceptions started trending again. Fans said Bree weaponized the trip to humiliate Chrisean to spark drama for attention. One viral tweet read, "She planned it like a PR stunt but forgot the internet always finds receipts." Meanwhile, Bino was losing his mind in real time. He posted a black screen on Instagram with the caption, "I'm tired of the lies," followed by another that said, "Stop playing with my name." Classic damage control energy. But then, seconds later, he deleted both posts. The internet saw it, screenshotted it, and dragged him for filth. You tired of lies? Bro, you sponsored the chaos. One user wrote. At this point, the situation had outgrown the people involved. It was bigger than Bino, Bree, and Chrisean. It had become a symbol of toxic love, social media obsession, and the public's addiction to watching relationships self-destruct. Think about it. 3 people with phones and emotions had turned the entire internet into an audience for their heartbreak. And it didn't stop there, because just when you thought it couldn't get wilder, Zeus Network reportedly reached out to all 3 for a spin-off special. That's right, the Network of Chaos wanted to turn this into a show called Disney Disaster, The Real Story. Disney Disaster, The Real Story. Fans couldn't believe it. Some said, if they all sign, I'm watching every episode. Others were disgusted. They turning trauma into TV again, one tweet read. But deep down, everyone knew they'd tune in. Meanwhile, Chrisean used the attention to drop her new single, Happiest Place on Earth. The timing? Impeccable. The lyrics? Sharp enough to slice through Bino's PR team. You had your castle, but I built your crown, she rapped. You faked a family while you tore mine down. The song blew up overnight. It hit 1 million streams in less than 24 hours. Fans were calling it her revenge anthem. Even people who didn't follow the drama were quoting it. Suddenly, Chrisean wasn't the crazy ex, she was the main character, and while she basked in the comeback glow, Bree was facing the internet's wrath. Her comments flooded with snake emojis and clown memes. She turned her comments off, then back on, and off again. Eventually, she posted one final statement. People love to believe lies that fit their fantasies. I'm not the villain, I'm just not the victim. That post sparked another wave of think pieces. Who's the real villain here? Is it Bree for stirring the pot? Chrisean for reacting publicly? Or Bino for lighting the match? Everyone had a take, but one thing was undeniable. This scandal had dominated every timeline for weeks straight, but even in the ashes of all that drama, the emotional fallout was real. Behind the viral headlines, the likes, and the streams, there were 3 real people, all trapped in a cycle of public validation and private pain. Bino's label quietly postponed his album release. Bree took a break from social media. And Chrisean, the Chaos Queen herself, went silent again, but this time it felt different. Not like she was plotting, but like she was healing. A source close to her said she told her team, I ain't giving nobody else my piece for clicks. Whether that's true or not, it became the quote that closed this chapter, because in the end, the Disney trip that was supposed to show love ended up exposing everything, but it showed pride, pain, and pettiness, a perfect reflection of how fame turns feelings into headlines. And somewhere out there, a producer is already writing the pitch for the sequel, because in the world of Buzz Crush, chaos never really ends. It just changes outfits, and there you have it, the so-called family vacation. That turned into the most toxic theme park ride of the year. Who Trophy Bino thought he was taking a peaceful trip to Disney World, but instead, he booked himself a front row seat on the drama coaster, and now the whole world's been screaming right along with him. Bree tried to play the unbothered queen, Chrisean tried to hold on to her peace. And somehow we all ended up holding popcorn, watching their lives unfold like a never-ending season finale. But don't act surprised. This is the entertainment era where heartbreak trends faster than hit songs. And love stories are measured in lives, not lifetimes. And while Bino's out here posting faith over feelings, we're over here asking, sir, where was that faith when the Demies were flying? So if you've been living for this chaos, hit that LIKE button like you're deleting your ex's number. Drop your wildest theory in the comments and make sure to subscribe, because around here, peace lasts about as long as a Chrisean live before it gets deleted. Do you think this whole family trip was a setup? Was Bree masterminding the PR stunt? Or did Chrisean just fall for another round of emotional games? I want to hear your take, your receipts, and your savage opinions down below. And remember, this isn't over. In the world of fame and filtered feelings, every happy photo hides a heartbreak waiting to go viral. This is Buzz Crush, your one-way ticket to the scandals they hope you'll scroll past. Stay tuned, stay nosy, and stay ready, because the next explosion could drop before this video ends. Until next time, keep your tea hot and your timelines messy. We'll see you in the next meltdown. meltdown.